Hello and welcome to e-learning English with the Inspire Academy. Bonjour et bienvenue à e-learning anglais avec the Inspire Academy. So in this lesson, this is our first beginner English lesson for this new webinar program. So we hope you enjoy our first lesson and you subscribe for more in the future. So voici notre premier cours pour ce programme de cours en ligne pour anglais pour débutants. So today we will learn how to introduce yourself and your family, including where you live and your job. So thank you for joining this lesson today. We hope you enjoy. So I will present some useful phrases and some grammar. Please listen and repeat. Écoutez et répétez all the phrases which you hear. This will be good to practice. If you do not understand something which I explain, or you want to know more, we will have a question session at the end where you can type questions and I can respond. Donc, si vous ne comprenez pas quelque chose, on aura une partie à la fin pour poser des questions. Et on peut taper les questions et je vais essayer de répondre. Okay. So, now we will start with English. So, this lesson we will learn how to introduce ourselves. So to start, I will explain about myself, and this will show you by the end of the lesson what you will be able to say about yourself. So, hello, my name is Megan. I am 25 years old. I live in Birmingham, in England. I was born in Birmingham. I work as a teacher in the Inspire Academy. I have one brother and one sister. They are called John and Katie. My brother lives in Manchester. My sister lives in Strasbourg, in France. John, my brother, works as a pharmacist. Katie works as a teacher. Okay, let's get started. So firstly, we need to introduce your name. So listen and repeat. My name is. My name is. Or we can also say, I am called. I am called. So this means je m'appelle. Okay? My name is Megan. I am called Megan. They mean the same thing, but we use both. So my name is Megan. Okay. To describe age next, we say I am 25, for example, years old. Okay, so here we need numbers. So I am, let's start with 20, 20, 21, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So this is the same for every set of numbers. 21, 31, 41, 51. We just put 20, 30, 40 with 1, 2 or 3. Okay? So repeat with your age. I am years old. So this is the same as j'ai 24 ans, 25 ans. Okay, so in French we use avoir, j'ai, tu as, il a, but in English it is always important to remember that we use être, to be. I am, he is. Okay, we do not say I have 25 years. We say I am 25 years old. Okay, that's very important to remember. Now, to describe where you live. Okay, pour décrire où on habite. We say, I live in, and then the city or the town. So I live in Birmingham. We always use the preposition in to describe a city, a town, a country, a region. Okay, every time. I live in Birmingham. I live in England. Okay, we always use in. So listen and repeat where you live. I live in Paris, for example. Okay, good. So this is the same as j'habite à Paris. Okay, but notice that in French the preposition changes. J'habite à Paris, but j'habite en France. But in English we always say the same preposition. Okay, good. So to describe where we are born next, okay, où on est né, okay, où on est né. So to say this, we say I was born in London. Okay, can you repeat this? I was born in. Okay, we use this in again. I was born in England. So this means je suis né à Londres. Je suis né en Angleterre. Okay, it's the same meaning. Okay, so next we need to talk about our job. Okay, l'emploi, le métier. It's good when you introduce yourself to also talk about your job. So in English we say I work as a teacher. Okay, I work as a teacher. Okay, or we can simply say I am a teacher. Okay, so listen and repeat. I work as a teacher. I am a teacher. So maybe after the lesson you can research your job in English to complete this phrase for yourself. So it's very important that sometimes we use an. Okay, so un or une, we use a, which we sometimes pronounce a. Okay, so I work as a teacher. Okay, but if the next word, le mot prochain, if this starts with a vowel, okay, so A, O, U, I, E, we have to say an, A-N. So I am an artist, for example, because the next word begins with a vowel. So I work as a teacher, but I work as an artist. Okay, good. So remember to research with an online dictionary what your job title is in English to complete this phrase so you can introduce yourself. Okay, so now to talk about your family. So first let's learn the members of the family. Okay, so first, the grandparents. Okay, les grands-parents. The grandparents. Listen and repeat. Okay, so we have a grandfather, le grand-père, grandfather, and a grandmother, la grand-mère. Okay, grandfather and grandmother. Good. So we have a mother, la mère, and a father, le père. Mother and father. Good. So I spoke in the introduction about my brother and my sister. My brother means mon frère, and my sister means ma sœur. Brother, sister. Good. Okay, so we also might want to learn son and daughter. Okay, this is fils and fille. Okay, my son, mon fils. My daughter, ma fille. Son, daughter. Okay, so to recap all of this: grandparents, grandfather, grandmother, father, mother, brother, sister, son or daughter. Good. Okay, so now to form a sentence with these words, with this new vocabulary. We use the verb to have. Okay, avoir, to have. So, I have one sister. Okay, I have one sister. Or if we use plural, I have two sisters. So notice we add an S. On ajoute un S à la fin. Okay, to create a plural. So sisters for plural. And we always pronounce the final S. Okay, good. So I have two brothers. I have one brother. So we say 4 sons or 1 son. 3 daughters or 1 daughter. 4 grandparents but 1 grandparent. Okay, it's very important to pronounce this final S. Okay, if you have no brothers or sisters, okay, you can say I am an only child. I am an only child. Okay, this means je suis enfant unique. Okay, I am an only child. No brothers and no sisters. Good. So now can you create a sentence to describe how many brothers or sisters or maybe sons and daughters that you have? Take your time now to say this phrase. So we can also use these phrases that we learned earlier to describe our family members. So what we described about ourselves, we can now use to describe our family members. So our brothers or sisters or mothers or fathers. But we need to change the verb conjugations. That's very important. So to start again, we say I am cold. I am cold. But my brother is cold. Okay? I am 25 years old. But my daughter is 25 years old. when we're talking about a different person. I live in Paris. My mother lives in Paris. Okay, with the S at the end. So for regular verbs, in the present tense, we only change the verb for he and she. We add an S at the end. So we can see this in these examples. I live, my mother lives with an S, okay? J'habite, ma mère habite. Or I work, my brother works. So je travaille, il travaille. So we only change he, she, or it. So they work, you work, we work, but he works. Okay, that's really important to remember. So the verb to be, être, is irregular. So we saw this with I am called. So for to be, the present tense conjugation for I is am. I am called. Okay, so the conjugations, this changes for different people. So I am is je suis. You are, tu es, or vous êtes. He or she is. Okay, he is called. We are, nous sommes, and they are, ils sont. So we have to remember that to be is an irregular verb. So we can say he is called Jack, okay? Or he is 52 years old. But we have to change am to is. This is a very common verb, so it's very important to learn these conjugations. So repeat after me, okay? Listen and repeat. I am, you are, he is or she is, we are, and they are. Okay, good. So now try to say a few sentences about one of your family members, okay? Sorry. So, for example, my brother is called John. He is 27 years old. He lives in Manchester. He works as a pharmacist. A pharmacist. Okay, so now you try. So try to create some sentences about a brother, a sister, a mother, a father. Choose one person and say their name, their age, okay, how old they are, where they live, and their job. Okay, so try this now. So I hope you remember to use is and add an S onto your verbs to describe one other person. Okay? So now let's focus some more on the grammar of the present tense. Okay, so in English, present tense is quite easy for regular verbs. Okay, so we use the infinitive. Okay, so the infinitive in English is to and then a verb. So to play or to go or to be. Okay, this form is the infinitive form. So to form the present tense, we use this form without to. Okay, we take to and we just use the main verb. And we use this to create the present tense. So to play, the present tense, we say I play, you play, they play, and we play. Okay, It's simple as this. However, it is only the he or she form which changes when we add this S, okay? He plays. Great. So practice this with some other verbs which you know. So to go, okay? I go, you go, he or she goes, they go, and we go. Okay? We can do this for most English verbs. We only have to change one form. Okay? So it's very different to French, where we have a different form for every person. Okay, we have je suis, tu es, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes. Okay, we have all these different forms. In English, it's easier. Okay, it's more simple. We just change one form for he or she. Okay. So now, if you have any questions about any of the things which I have said during this small lesson, if you type these questions, if they're related to grammar or vocabulary that I have spoken about in this lesson, then I can respond to your questions and give you more information. Okay? So, si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez taper vos questions ici en français ou en anglais. I will understand French or English. So don't worry if you cannot form a question in English. Just ask what you would like, and I will try to answer. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions. Okay, so we already have a question from Fabrice in Nantes. Thank you, Fabrice, for listening to my lesson today. So your question is, how do you say beau-mère or beau-père, or belle-mère? Okay, good question. So this is important for a lot of families, and I did not include this. But for a lot of families, you need to talk about a beau-père, beau-frère, these words, okay? So in English, we say a stepmother, okay? Stepmother, stepfather, stepbrother, or stepsister, okay? So if your mother or father is remarried, okay, they marry again, their new partner is your stepmother or your stepfather, okay? And then their children, okay, the children of your mother and your stepfather, for example, are your stepbrothers and stepsisters, okay? So we do not change the adjective, beau or belle, okay? We just say step. I hope this answers your question, Fabrice. So thank you for listening. If you have another question, then please ask. So if anyone has more questions, type them now. Okay, now we have a question from Pascal in Lyon. Hello, Pascal. Thank you for listening. So your question is, okay, comment décrire le lieu du travail? Okay, so how to describe where you work or your place of work? That's a good question. It's good to be able to describe more about your job and your work. It's important. Okay, so this is very similar to describing where you live. Okay, we also use the preposition in. Okay, so for example, I work in Lyon. Okay, if you want to describe your place of work, okay, so whether if you work in an office or a school, maybe, we use the same phrase, okay? I work in an office, okay? Je travaille dans un bureau. Or maybe I work in a factory. Je travaille dans une usine. Okay? So if you want to talk about the place, the town where you work, or the building, okay, le bâtiment where you work, okay, you use the same phrase, okay? I work in an office or in a school, okay, or in Paris, for example. So I hope this is what you mean, Pascal. If I haven't answered your question fully, then please ask another. Okay, what's next? We have time maybe for one more question. Okay, so hello, Tibo. Okay, you are watching in Paris. Hello, thank you for joining us today. So your question is, how do we know if a verb is regular or irregular? Okay, that's a really good question. So in English, we have a lot of irregular verbs, okay? That makes it a very difficult language to learn. So however, in the present tense, there are not many, okay? There are only a few irregular verbs, okay, in the present tense. So to be, for example, which we have studied, is irregular, okay? To have as well also has irregular forms. Modal verbs, okay, such as can, okay? We do not add an S to can. So we say I can, you can, he can, okay? So there are some irregular forms, but there are very, very few. There are some irregular spellings, okay, but almost all English verbs will follow this pattern of an S at the end for he, she, and it, okay? So with some changes for spellings, but mostly it will be the same. So yeah, so you don't need to worry about many irregular verbs when we are creating the present tense. It's only in the past tense where there are more irregular verbs, okay? So we do not have to worry about irregular verbs for the present. I think to learn to be is the most important. And most other verbs are the same. They are regular, okay? So don't worry about this for now. It's only with the past tense, which we will cover later in this series. We will move on to talking about the past tense, where we will see some irregular forms. For example, to go. We say I go, but I went. Okay, it's very, very different. And this is where English is difficult, but for the present, it's very simple. So it's difficult to know which verbs are irregular or regular. We have to learn them, I'm afraid. You have to learn every verb and learn if it's regular or irregular. But for now, with the present tense, we can always assume that it is regular. Okay, so that's all the time that we have. I hope if you have more questions, you can email us at contact@inspireacademy.fr. And look at our website, Inspire Academy Online.fr, for more of our online courses and our different options for online lessons. If you would like individual Skype lessons, for example, yes, we use Skype or other video conferencing systems. You can contact us to explore the different options for your English learning. But I hope in this lesson that you have learned some really great ways to introduce yourself, and you know some things now that you did not know before, and you understand more about the present tense. Okay, so I hope you all have a great day. Thank you very much for tuning in, for watching my lesson today, and for learning languages with us at the Inspire Academy. I hope that you will join us again tomorrow for another English lesson. We will be doing these webinars or these online virtual lessons every day for the next few months. So if you would like to tune in every day for a new topic, then it would be great to hear from you, and you can ask more questions. We will always do a question session at the end for you to ask questions. So merci beaucoup, and I hope to see you again soon for another lesson. So for now, have a good day and goodbye.